life searching for a shelter for my soul, an understanding of the greater plan. In these walls I've seen the light of love pure and divine, helps me remember who I really am. In every face it's clear, we're all God's children here, and it feels like home, it feels like home. I finally found a place where I belong. It feels like home, it feels like home, a family that I can call my own. Feels like home. It's a place to share your burden. It's safe to shed a tear, say a prayer and raise your voice in song. Where every heart is honored and every path is true. No one's here to judge you right or wrong. And there's no shame, no sin in this place where love begins. And it feels like home, it feels like home. I finally found a place where I belong. Feels like home, it feels like home, a family that I can call my own. It feels like home.
Please, just for a moment now, let's be peace together. I dive on a deep breath into stillness. My focus moves from the physical world around me to the rhythmic beating of my heart. My breathing slows. I am, we are, one with the energy of all things, and we feel here together the merging of inner, outer, small self, large self, me, and you. We rest as one power, here, now, together. We are peace. Placing my attention on an imagined boundary, the edges of my body, I feel a radiating energy pushing me from within, pushing into more. Simultaneously, I feel a subtle magnetizing energy pulling me from every direction outside of me, expanding like a balloon. I am pulled into more. I am the ever unfolding motion of nature and of life itself. Dynamic, alive. I am the magnetizing energy of love. All that I am to be is available to me now. Now, as a powerful field of love, we create together. We lean into a high and noble truth. In love, all things are possible. From this love, we do good work in the world. From this love, we give thanks for opportunities to serve. And so it is.
It feels like home. It feels like home. I finally found a place where I belong. It feels like home. It feels like home, a family that I can call my own. It feels like home, it feels like home.
do not want to step so quickly over the beautiful line on God's palm as I move through Earth's marketplace today. I do not want to touch any object in this world without my eyes testifying to the truth that everything is my beloved. Something has happened to my understanding of existence that now always makes my heart full of wonder and kindness. I do not want to step so quickly over the sacred place on God's body that is right beneath your own foot as I dance with precious life today.
I am a child of the living God, made in the image of perfect love. All that I am, all I've been given to you, my God, I surrender. I surrender. Child of the living God, made in the image of perfect love. All that I am, all I've been given to you, my God, I surrender. I surrender.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome. We're delighted to see you. We have some really exciting news. Ryan and Stacy just got back from Unity Village in Kansas City from the International YOU event. And so they're going to tell us a little bit about it.
All right. Hi, guys. I went there, and it was very hot. It was so hot. I wanted to die. But throughout the week, it was actually a really good experience. It taught me a lot, and I made a lot of friends around the world. And just being there, feeling like all the energy all the time. It was very peaceful and very quiet and very it was just a really good place and really good energy to be. And it helped me learn and know the 12 powers a lot more than I did. So it was a really great experience. And I have stones for Michelle and Dr. Richard. If I can find them. Where's the third one? Okay, here we go. So here's this one. And I wanted to say thank you guys for sending me out there and having such an incredible experience, because without you guys, I wouldn't have done it. So, thank you. And thank you all, because this is actually a really good community, and I love it here, so thank you.
And I just want to say thank you to the congregation as well, because without the support of you guys on Hospitality Sundays and every time that you help out, it enabled us to go. And I was able to take 4 kids from Northwest Region. And it was a life-changing experience for us all. So thank you so much.
Thank you, you guys. And then one last reminder, if anybody is interested in joining the Tour of the Gates Foundation on Thursday, August 9th, that's part of a Unity Day Camp that I'll be co-facilitating with Seattle Unity. So come and see me and let me know if you'd like to join us. Thursday, August 9th, 12 p.m. for a private tour of the Gates Foundation.
Thank you for being our family. Thank you for being our friend. Thank you for blessing and teaching us. God bless you. Amen. All that I am, all I given to you, my God, I surrender.
How exciting for us to hear about how far-reaching that program is, and it's just quite thrilling. I'm so glad that our representatives could be there too. Good morning to each one of you, and welcome to Unity in Lynnwood. If you are new or have been here for a very long time, I want you to know that you're very welcome here. You will hear it said again and again and again and again. We welcome everyone to Unity in Lynnwood. We welcome people from all religions, all spiritual traditions. We welcome people who don't have a formal religion or spiritual tradition. We welcome people of all races, all lifestyles, all sexual orientations, all backgrounds. It was actually Pluto, I've just learned, who said, "We are each born whole, but we need each other to be complete." And I thought maybe Pluto would like it here at Unity in Lynnwood. Beyond being welcoming, I know it is our goal also to be friendly. And I'm going to share about my first Sunday at Unity in Lynnwood, which was more than 7 years ago now. I was met at the door by a woman. I can see her right now. She has an incredibly warm smile, an incredibly big heart, and I'd never been greeted by anyone as warmly in a place where I didn't know anyone. And I thought I didn't know anyone. And then I discovered I did know one person, but I didn't know her very well. And she spotted me across the room, and she came over and grabbed my hand and whisked me into the bookstore, and she bought me my first daily word, which I'm still reading daily word to this day. So I felt very warmly welcomed. Haven't missed a whole lot of Sundays since. We know that friendly might mean different things for different people. Some of us are shy, and some of us meet people really easily. And for some people, it takes great courage to meet new people or to come into a place where there are so many unfamiliar faces that they feel like they don't know anyone, and perhaps they don't know anyone. So I just offer out this little reminder this morning. I know I need one periodically, just to remember. One of my great challenges is that there are so many lovely people, and I don't have time to talk to everybody. It's quite frustrating. And then I get perspective, and I say, wow, as problems go, I think that's one I'll live with. But here's our reminder for all of us. Just maybe this would be a good day to meet someone you don't know. So I invite all of us into Friendship Hall for refreshments at the end of our service today, and it'll be a great opportunity for practice. Today is Giver's Circle Sunday. Please consider standardizing your giving by joining this program for planned giving. Giver's Circle just means that you sign up on a card and you decide how much you can give each month, and it's taken directly out of a checkbook or onto your credit card. But it's safe, flexible, easy, it's convenient. You can change it anytime you need to with a quick phone call, and it gives our Board of Trustees so much helpful information so that they can plan on behalf of us all. So if you find consistent value in the services, please sign up for the Giver Circle. Once you have signed up to participate by putting something in the offering basket, you can grab a little stone out in the foyer, and there are also cards there that say Giver Circle. We often quote Charles or Myrtle Fillmore for our Unity co-founders for thoughts on prayer. Today I'm drawing from a contemporary New Thought voice on the topic of prayer. His name is Dr. Richard Loren Held. And this reminds me just to ask, and I got nods for service, have you ever wanted to just say, stop? Wait, time out, hold the phone, pause, because something was said that I just need to chew on that for a minute. So I'm giving all of us another chance. Another chew. We heard this last week Richard said, God doesn't know the difference between what you want to create and what you want to avoid. God only knows what you think about. The power of the spoken and the unspoken word. It got me also to thinking about pictures, mind pictures, the pictures I make in my mind as I project into a future, imagined future. Do I make a picture that I want to step into, or do I make a picture that makes me want to run in another direction? Do I make a picture that makes me move forward, or one that makes me shrink? This idea has special power for me because it's a focus in my prayer work right now. I suppose we all hear kind of whispery ghost voices now and then, and mine say something like, you have your own voices, but mine say things like, you can't do that. You don't know how to do that. If you do that, it might not turn out right. Watch out. You know the voice. So one of the ways I'm working with prayer recently is that when I hear that voice, and sometimes it's only a feeling, sometimes it's in my gut, and again, I move in instead of out, I shrink. When I feel that feeling, when I hear that voice, I'm trying to remember to just say stop, and choose again. And remember that we are immersed in unlimited spiritual resource, and draw something that will help me instead of making me shrink. I am courage. I am wisdom. I am confidence. I am love. I am enough for whatever this particular situation might be. Prayer work has so many dimensions, as I'm learning, and is ever evolving. That's why we have trained prayer chaplains who assist us by praying with us anytime we ask for their support. Prayer chaplains wait for us at the end of service up here or over here at the front, and they're always honored to meet with us individually in prayer. And then there are other ways for us to get our prayers to them so that they can pray over them during the week. One is the written prayer that you can put on a prayer request card right in the back of the chairs here, or the number on our bulletin, the confidential prayer line, available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, online prayer access support through the prayer link on our website. For just a second, I would like to ask our prayer chaplains maybe to quickly stand so we can just say thank you for the work you do. Thank you, prayer chaplains. On affirmations, Charles Fillmore said this: "The law of divine enthusiasm and spiritual zeal is one of the most powerful laws operative in the kingdom of the heavens. To speak truth, capital T, fearlessly, courageously, enthusiastically, establishes a confidence, a sureness that even the angels of heaven must notice and honor." So let me read today's affirmation, and then I will invite you to stand and challenge you to say it with zeal. I redirect my attention from past regret and future fear to this moment and to this place where the infinite potential of God awaits my recognition. Please stand. With zeal, I redirect my attention from past regret and future fear to this moment and this place where the infinite potential of God awaits my recognition. Amen. Yeah, let's take a minute to greet each other.
your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Everybody, get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Let us be reminded of who we've come to be. We are love, we are one big family. Hey, hey, yeah, yeah. Hey, 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 yeah, yeah. Everybody, get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Everybody, get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Let us be reminded of who we've come to be. We are love, we are one big family. Hey, hey, yeah, yeah. Hey, 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 yeah, yeah.
So this simple chant, I invite you to sing along with me. The words are peace within me, peace surrounding me, peace from me. By thy grace, let there be peace. Peace within me, peace surrounding me, peace from me. By thy grace let there be peace. By thy grace let there be peace within me, peace surrounding me, peace from me. By thy grace let there be peace. By thy grace let there be peace within me, peace surrounding me, peace from me. By thy grace let there be peace. By thy grace let there be peace within me, peace surrounding me, peace from me. By thy grace let there be peace. By thy grace let there be peace. Peace within me, peace surrounding me, peace from me. By thy grace let there be peace. By thy grace let there be peace within me, peace surrounding me, peace from me. By thy grace
grace, let there be peace. By thy grace, let there be peace within me. Peace surrounding me. Peace from me. By thy grace, let there be peace. By thy grace, let there be peace.
God morning, Unity in Lynnwood. God morning. Every service has an ambassador. This person's role is to support you in your exploration and discovery of this unfolding, evolving divine idea that is Unity in Lynnwood. If you have a question about who we are, about what we believe, about what we teach, you are welcome to engage this noble soul in conversation. She knows all answers. Truly, one of the most inspired souls in my world. Her name is Nan Allen. Would you wave to these kind people, please, Miss Nan? Oh, if you have not visited our spiritual gift shop in some time, please poke your nose in. We source it consciously with items that are fair trade or otherwise beneficial to the global climate, if you will. They are offering a sale between now and the 29th of the month. Everything is 25% off. Do yourself a favor, please, and thank you. Dinner with Others. It is on the 25th of this month, and I quote, "It seems that humanity is taking sides, building teams, gathering arms and growing apart, that humanity is creating others with unprecedented vigor and animosity. In our belief that this effective dehumanization of each other, whether that otherness is born of race, religion, orientation, gender, politic, age, or otherwise, is counter to the very evolution of us as a planetary family, we invite you to join us. Share a story, shake a hand, laugh, eat, connect." How simple does that sound? Let us humanize each other as brothers and sisters at a global table for the greater good of all. This is facilitated by the chair of Interfaith at UIL, Rabbi Ted Falcon, and by this morning's own Linda Baben. Linda, you took me to church this morning. You took me to church before I went to church. Now we'll go to church some more. Thank you. Thank you. It was with great delight that we received a gift in support of this work over the weekend. The truth is, everyone who sits on the steering committee of this Dinner with Others events shares a basic paradigm, and that is that the idea is larger than any of us as individuals. That in truth, we don't have a full concept of the end game, and yet we do feel that for people to get together and to learn to see each other again is important. Someone in the greater community feels that this is important as well. This individual does not attend here and yet sent a $1,000 gift in support of this initiative over the weekend. How about that? You're welcome to register at the Welcome and Information Station if you would like to attend. It is a free vegetarian dinner that is facilitated. And quite literally, it's a dinner in which we see each other, we share stories. How about that? I'd like to welcome you to the second week in a series that I call a Fifth Tenet series. Now, what I mean by fifth tenet is that Unity's 5 tenets end with one that basically says this: you can show up on a Sunday morning, you can be dazzled with amazing vocals, you can hear provocative ideas, you can shake hands, you can enjoy great food, but it is only as you get up on Monday morning and cultivate your own personal spiritual practice that it becomes alive in your life. The fifth tenet of Unity is a call to action. It says practice. It's one thing to understand all of this. It is another thing entirely to practice it. So I call this a fifth tenet series because it's called Principles and Practices. And last week we spoke about a first principle and a first practice, and the theme of the morning was forgiveness. I will recap for you. Forgiveness being reframed as the radical practice of freeing your past to be exactly what it was. Okay? So while we often associate forgiveness as a vehicle for navigating pain and discomfort, our reorientation is broader than that. I think of the work of Don Miguel Ruiz, who offered one of the 4 agreements as don't take anything personally. And what does the human creature like to do with that? We like to think, oh, you don't like my shoes. Well, I won't take that personally. But, oh, you do like my shoes. I will take that personally all day long. And yet they are simply opposite sides of the same coin. To take it personally is to remain victims to that world of opinion. And the same is true of forgiveness. While the radical freeing of the past exactly as it was is an effective tool for the navigation of pain, did you ever consider the possibility that what you consider to be the highlights of your past could also become limitations? So forgiveness is not only a tool for navigating pain, it is primarily a tool for navigating attachment. Attachment. How are we doing so far? Forgiveness is about entering into appropriate relationships with the totality of our past. That which we would consider to be painful and that which we would consider to be glorious. Both sides of the same coin. Welcome to week 2. Boy, did we have a spiritual lesson this week. It was available for all who had eyes to see. It was on Saturday, June 23rd, that 12 Taiwanese boys, 12 young soccer players aged 12, 13, 14. Can you remember what your life was like at 12, 13, 14? 3 of you can. It may have been part of an initiation ritual. They entered the mouth of Thailand's longest cave. It meanders some 6 miles into the adjacent country, Myanmar, when unpredictable rains fell and swept them into the cave along with their coach. It was Saturday, June 23rd. On Monday, July 2nd, 9 days later, they were found. They had been swept some 2.5 miles into that cave. The Navy SEALs found them on a rocky bluff, if you will, in that cave, huddled together above the lapping waters. And of course, after a short exchange, the Navy SEAL offered the rather uncomfortable conclusion, you know, thanks for welcoming me. I love what you've done with the place. I have to go. But we'll be back. He said, we'll be back. And so it was that on Tuesday, July 3rd, they began to discuss the plans for evacuation. And the potential plans were really threefold. The first of which was to leave the young men in the cave until the typhoon season passed. How do you like that? How does that feel in the very gut of you? That would be sometime this fall. Be sometime this fall. That's option one. Option two was some iteration of dragging the young men through the cave to safe exit. The third option was to train them to swim and to train them to dive. And so it was on the next day, Wednesday, July 4th, that the training began. Now, when I say training, understand that very few in Thailand know how to swim. In fact, under the age of 15, water is the primary cause of death in Thailand. But the training began. How to swim, how to dive. On Thursday, a 3-mile tube was injected into the cave. The reason for this being that the number of rescue workers combined with the number of young men began to deplete the oxygen levels in the cave. So the tube was inserted along with hundreds of pumps, the task of which was to reduce the water in the low areas, as it did by some 40%. It was last Sunday, July 8th, that the first 4 soccer players emerged from that cave. We celebrated, didn't we? It was on the next Monday that the next 4 soccer players emerged, and it was on Tuesday that the last 4 emerged with their coach. Now understand that of that 2.5-mile exit, 0.6 of it was navigated underwater, in the dark, in craggy passageways that were often nothing more than 2 feet wide. So imagine if I said to you, middle school Elizabeth, middle school Fran, here we go. Between here and the mall, you're underwater, in the dark. Wow. Now, on that first Monday, when the Navy SEALs found the 12 boys and the diver, I'd like to show you what they experienced. That's the actual footage. Now this Namaskara mudra. Now what do I mean by that? The historical Buddha has been depicted in any number of ways with his hands in different configurations. Okay, each of which is richly symbolic. Wouldn't that make a great lesson series one day? What are you going to say? So this Namaskara mudra, which is done in a couple different ways. It might originate around the heart chakra. You can try it if you want. I see you want to. It might originate at the third eye. This Namaskara mudra, which these young men are so beautifully demonstrating after 17 days sitting on a rocky outcropping in the pitch black, means some iteration of the following. The divine self of me, highest part of me, greets, acknowledges, speaks to, sees that highest part of you, the divine of you. How about that? So after 17 days, this is what we get. There's the lesson. Because I don't know about you, but if the ratio between the coffee and the cream is not quite right at the local drive-thru, I have been known to respond with less than the Namaskara mudra, not to mention the things on Facebook, you know the ones. Or how about the traffic? "17 days. Ekapol Chantwang is his name. He was 25 years old. He was orphaned at the age of 12. He was accepted into a Buddhist monastery where he began to practice Buddhist mindfulness meditation. He taught this to the young men. He stayed there for 10 years studying, practicing. He finally left the monastery to care for an ailing grandmother. Shortly thereafter, he became the assistant coach for these wild boars, as they were known. Now, mindfulness meditation has been described of, and I quote, the quality and power of mind that's aware of what's happening without judgment and without interference. Researchers at Johns Hopkins and countless other facilities have offered many benefits of meditation in general, especially this mindfulness meditation. They include such things as, see if this sounds good to you, reduced stress, decreased anxiety, relief from depression, even relief from physical pain, equivalent to the use of Western medicine, but without the side effects. How about that? So, given our general subject matter, principles, and practices, I thought we'd try it this morning. What do you think? You willing to go on a little ride with me? You're such courageous souls. Such courageous souls. So we began with our palms face down on our thighs. And we take what one teacher calls an upright posture with a straight back, relaxed yet dignified. A straight posture, relaxed yet dignified. And while we intuitively want to close those outer eyes, leave them open for a moment. Let them fall in a relaxed fashion before you, say maybe 6 feet. And we begin to follow the breath. We follow the in-breath. Imagining it dissolving into the space around us. And at the end of each out-breath, we wait. We wait for the in-breath. And we follow again. There are 4 foundations to this practice. I think of them as 4 targets. They are the body. We remain aware of the body. And the thoughts. And the feelings. And the surroundings. We observe all of these. And we follow the breath. And our simple response to all that would rise in the mental realm is simply, thinking. No judgment. We don't call it good. We don't call it bad. We just look at it and we say, thinking, and we draw our attention back to the breath. And we follow it. Continue the exercise. Thinking. And we draw the attention back to the breath. We observe. Again and again, we draw the attention back to the breath. No judgment. There's a debate underway, and it goes something like this among spiritually minded people. You should be in constant prayer and consciousness work. And others who say you have to be on the pavement, shouting, waving your arms about. We've reduced it to an either-or conversation. I would argue that we're having the wrong conversation, because this is not a matter of either-or. My friends, this is a matter of first things first. Because the charge of this practice is to take this consciousness into your world. The charge of this practice is that we always start with consciousness.
How can we have peace in the Middle East when there's none at home? How can we have understanding in the land when there's none in the woman? And there's none in the man. How can we heal the wounds of the world if we cannot heal our own? And where does this peace on earth begin, if not in the home? Where do we go now? Do we let the evil win, or do we get up and fight? Surely we know how to conquer all our fear, bring an end to the violence, bring an end to the tears. How can we heal the wounds of the world if we cannot heal our own? And where does this peace on earth begin, if not in the home? Well, there's too much talk about it, and too many walk without it. Tell me, where is the love? Where is the God in your life? To my left, a woman abuses her children. To my right, somebody's beating his wife. Tell me, where is the love? Where is the God in your life? How can we heal the wounds of the world if we cannot heal our own? And where does this peace on earth begin, if not in the home? How can we heal the wounds of the world if we cannot heal our own? And where does this peace on earth begin, if not in the home?
No words. We are blessed in this place and very grateful, very grateful. Now is a moment of opportunity for us to give back to this community that blesses us like it just did. It inspires us, challenges us, nourishes us, so many ways. As you prepare your gifts, I will share a thought on giving by Dr. Emily Cady. There must be an equal conscious receiving from Source and a giving out to the world. A perfect equilibrium between the inflowing and the outgiving. In so doing, we keep a perfect harmony. We thank you again for all gifts given to this community, financially, as well as all gifts of service.
Blessed always, blessed always, for the arms of God surround us. Let our joy be so triumphant that we rest in God and say, that we rest in God and say amen.
May the love and the generosity with which these gifts have been given bless and multiply all that we are, all that we have, all that we give, and all that we receive. And so it is. Thank you very much, ushers, for your service. This is a moment when we do like to pause for recognizing anyone or ones who might be here with us for the very first time. We do not like to put people on the spot, but it gives us joy to know if there is a new face among us. If you are new and you wouldn't mind raising your hand, we can just acknowledge it. Thank you and special welcome. And I like to orient people, not everyone knows, even if they aren't brand new. There's a newcomer's information card right in the back of the chair in front of you, and that tells you quite a bit about our community. There's also a DVD in the wall rack to the left as you exit. It shows you some of the activities that go on here. There is also a stay in touch card in the back of that chair. If you would like to be on our mailing list, it only amounts to a couple of emails a month, and we're just so glad that you decided to spend Sunday morning with us. Welcome. I have quite a few announcements and a reminder to hit the welcome and information station, please, if you will, on your way in, on your way out. It is laden with opportunity. Today's flowers are dedicated by Nancy Joy Callahan in celebration of her mother, Helen Callahan, for her life and for her passing on to the next great adventure. If you would like to make a dedication, you may do so in the gift shop for a suggested offering of $10. Today is the last day to deliver canned, packaged, and dried foods to benefit the Lynnwood Food Bank, which often needs food in the summer. Financial donations are also welcome. Just note humanitarian in the memo section on your check with our thanks. Please join prayer chaplains for our quarterly Celebrate Your Divinity service. Celebrate Your Divinity service. The energy of sound, vibration, and affirmation offer you the opportunity to relax, open, clear, and heal. The awakening and aligning of your energy centers brings health and wholeness to body, mind, and spirit. Through chanting, drumming, crystal, and Tibetan bowls, Dr. Jennifer Lovejoy will facilitate this Wednesday at 7 o'clock. So I thank Jennifer. She has invited us to bring percussion instruments if we happen to have them. And I thank her for doing this, and the prayer chaplains. They put a lot of effort and thought into these wonderful quarterly events. Are you seeking your next right perfect employment? If that's so, please join us this Thursday at noon with a sack lunch. Enjoy the support of others who are seeking vibrant, healthy, satisfying, and rewarding self-expression. The presentation of a short spiritual idea, meditation, and prayer will be included. Interfaith at Unity in Lynnwood presents Spiritual Saturdays with Rabbi Ted Falcon this Saturday at 11 o'clock, and Father Dan Duvall's Eucharistic Liturgy on Saturday the 28th at 5:30. All are welcome. We're excited to welcome the return of Stephanie Barton on Sunday, July 22nd. Stephanie will host Angels Among Us, Messages from the Other Side at 6:30 in the evening that day, suggested love offering of $20. She will also be doing the morning lessons, so please register. Last time Stephanie came to town, it was a full house. If you are interested in submitting art for our next installation, deadlines for submission are July 24th, so please grab a postcard from the back. And finally, oh no, I skipped one. Not there yet. Please join Team Leader Cheryl Jones on Saturday, August 4th at 9 a.m. to spruce up our grounds and complete some projects. These beautiful grounds deserve our loving support. Bring gloves, lunch will be provided, and again, please register at the Welcome and Information Station. And finally, please welcome Michelle Focus for an invitation.
Good morning again. Nice to see you all. I will be joining Reverend Nina Clark in co-facilitating a Cultivating Community workshop this afternoon. You may recall a few weeks ago, Reverend Nina began telling a story about a monastery and a rabbi who lived nearby. And so if you want to hear the end of the story, you can come to the workshop, and Nina will share the conclusion of the story. And lunch will be provided. We'll be meeting here in the sanctuary beginning promptly at 12:30. And I will be leading us in a series of really fun and simple activities and games for us to all get to know each other better. So thank you.
Thank you, Michelle. Tricky ploy that was, that story hanging thing. When these two pair up, I can vouch for it. It is fun. It is meaningful. Hope to see you there. And all good things that are happening in Unity can be found on your printed program or on the Facebook page or the calendar page of the website, unityinlynnwood.org.
If you'll join me, we'll sing our peace song. So
I'm in conversation with a guy this past week, and he says, unity, I don't like that name. It represents bringing everybody together to homogenize them into some sort of unireligion. I said, are you kidding me? This is the place that decidedly doesn't do that. I love it that we are devoutly Catholic, we are devoutly Jewish, we are devoutly Buddhist, we are devoutly Christian, coming together to discover and give rise to a field of common conversation that is rooted in deep respect and genuine curiosity one for the other. I think it's a great model for how the world can be. I truly, truly do. So we're trying a new benediction this morning. If you are in Facebook land, you are with us. We stand with you. We stand for you. It's the first time I've ever changed anything, so please take a deep breath. Bear with me. It reads as follows. There is one power and one presence in, through, and around all creation. So we go forth as the eyes of divine love, as the tongues of divine wisdom, as the hands of divine sufficiency, and the bold and ready hearts of divine life. There we go. Woo!